Hello and welcome to the second video of how to use nGUI to UnityUI tool. This is the most important video and this is where the magic happens. So here if you open the Unity and import the package nGUI to Unity UI system or Unity GUI system. So you have here something called Widget Convert and currently it have only selected, and actually it works the best for now. Maybe other items will be added later here in the menu. But anyway, this is where you are going to convert everything. So I have added here inside my there's some info here says what exactly you want to have, but let's go quickly around this. So you need to create a canvas in the scene. We'll do this now. You need to force the canvas for using the workspace. We'll do this now. You need to assign the nGUI camera. We'll do this now. Make sure the camera under the UI layer. This is not a problem. We need to exclude the camera layer, UI layer from any other camera. This is not a problem. We need to attach the canvas as a child for the root. We need to make sure the scale is 1 and we need the font file and start converting. Let's start with the most important thing now. We need to have the font file here. So again, if you didn't saw the last video, you need to have the font file here inside fonts. You need to have a font, TTF font with the same name as the font name used here in the nGUI stuff. So if you open here, here is the label. It's use Arimo 20. Well, for example, one like this, it uses Arimo. Oh, it's Arimo 20 as well. Oh, okay, no problem. But yeah, there are some examples using Arimo 14, Arimo 20, Arimo 18, and other using different fonts. This is the first part. You make sure that you have the font here. Second part is we are going to make a canvas, which is introduced in Unity 4.6 and higher version. So go to Game Object, UI, and Canvas, and make sure that the canvas will generate an event system with it. Without this event system, buttons will not be responding. So after making this canvas, you just need to change the canvas render mode to world space and assign the camera used with nGUI to the event camera. So this is where the camera that will be sending the events of clicking, dragging, or sliding, or doing whatever. So after that, you need to, if you want to rename your canvas, no problem, but I prefer to keep it as a canvas. Please keep it as a canvas for now. You can rename it after the conversion. So you can move this canvas here underneath the root hierarchy. Now the canvas, as you can see, it has changed the value. It was previously 111 and now it became 384. So you need to change this to 1 by 1 by 1. And you need to position the canvas in the world space as the same as the root, which is 0 and 0. Now as you can see, the canvas is perfectly aligned with your nGUI root. This is first part. Second part is you need to make sure that your canvas is in the UI layer. If you came here again to the notes here, yeah, make sure the camera can render the UI layer, and the UI layer are excluded from any other camera. So if you come to the camera here, you need to make sure that the camera is rendering the UI. So let's start conversion. So I'll convert, let's say, 1 or 2 controllers. So I'll select, let's say, let's make sure that you are using this move, not rect transform, because rect transform are not working with nGUI widgets. So use this tool, and let's say I'm going to convert this button and this slider. So select this button and it's scroll bar. Okay, no worries. So select the button and this one. Okay, this one and the scroll bar. Select the button and scroll bar, and nGUI widget conversion selected. Make sure that you have no error messages here, and as long as you have no error messages, everything's fine. You come here to the canvas and you find that we have 2 widgets with the same naming. So if you select this widget, as you can see, you cannot move it now, or you can, but if you select rect transform, it shows you that it is an nGUI, it's not an nGUI widget anymore. It is the Unity UI system widget. And you select the other one, it has the same case. As you can see, this button looks different, but actually it is a bug with Unity. It's not a bug with the converter. So it should look with the same color, and actually it is with the same color, as you can see here. But the problem with Unity, if you select here to none, for example, and you switch back again to color tint, everything goes back to normal. And also, it is not, when you come to the game here, it also responsive as the same as this one. So it has the same response for highlighting, and if you press here, it became darker. If you press here, it became darker. This one is working here, is the same as this one. Perhaps you might have noticed that the thumb is a little shorter, but it's not a problem anyway. But yeah, as you can see, everything works the same as before. If you come here again to, by the way, if you have noticed that I did convert it two widgets at the same time, because this selected one, it's going to convert if you selected one widget, if you selected two widgets, if you select 100 widget, if you select just a parent, if you selected just this parent and say, okay, let's convert these controls, and it will go along the chain and convert everything underneath this one. But yeah, for me, the preferred version of this thing is just use select multiple selection for whatever I want to convert. And now let's check how it's converted or what is already we have. So here, if you select this button, it has the UISprite, it has the UIButton, and have lots of stuff. So if you come here, it has the UI, it has the image component from Unity, it has the anchor, which is anchored correctly, and it has the button component. And even if you open this, you have the label, which using the text component instead of using the UI label component. And so as for the slider, it have here, as you can see, the image component, scroll bar, and everything set correctly, and the foreground has the thumb and the button and everything else. Just one thing you need to keep in mind, that no events would be applied, because the event system for Unity is completely different than the event system for nGUI, and in the early tests I made for the events conversion, there's lots of errors and lots of problems. Also, if you have something driven by code, for example, if the value of the slider is driven by code, you need to drive this in your own. Also, when I start working in the early test for changing the code, I made a small menu button here to replace the old code with the new Unity code. It also had problems because there is no one way that programmers write the code. Every programmer writes the code in his own way. Some people prefer to use, this game object and get component this component, and some people may store this component in one variable, and then they call this variable and say, okay, this variable dot text, and change the text of this variable. But yeah, so as there is no one way, there is no guarantee that the code conversion will be 100% correct. But yeah, so the only two things you need to make manually is just you need to assign any events here, like on click or on drag or on whatever. But yeah, the huge piece of this are going to be made automatically. Also, there is some components that is it's like a component that's made by nGUI only, like this number. So if you select this one here, and let's say UIWedgit, and select it, and I have another one here, which is Unity UI system. As you can see, the 8%, the 80% is not appear. Actually, it's converted, but there is one problem, that when the tool working, it start converting the font size the same as the font size from nGUI. So let's say if the font here is the font size here is let's select. As the font size here is 20, so when the tool convert it, use the TTF font and set the font to 20. But because my TTF font is a bit larger than the nGUI font, you cannot see the text, but the text is already there. So if you check here, the percent text is here, but you need to scale it a little bit. Now you can see it. And also, yeah, everything is fine and it works fine. The text will be working as the same. Maybe it's not parented, no problem, we can parent it, but yeah, as you can see, the text amount or the number here, percentage, are going to be changed. If you want to assign this here, you just need to drag the thumb and put it there, and kaboom, everything works fine with you. So it works fine. For example, one of the components, that's special components with nGUI, is this color slider thing, which is super fancy, and I really loved it. But yeah, if you the nGUI to Unity UI system converter, it also converts such a thing. So if you come here and select where it is, select this one. Yeah, it's called colored slider, and say nGUI to nGUI widget selected. And now I have a colored slider and my messages show no errors. This is good news. So I can select my rect transform. Let's move it here. And also the text is converted, but it's still little hidden because of the font issue. But yeah, if you just little scale it up, I cannot scale it up little because when I convert this component to that component, I use the same size, the same attributes, the same everything. But yeah, using the nGUI standards to Unity standards. So if you come here, it will also have the same behavior as this one. As a quick introduction, how you can convert some widgets from nGUI to Unity UI system, and later on you can hide this thing, or you can just exclude this, and now you can hide the root, and you can enjoy your new UI system. Sorry, the camera should not be hidden. And now you can enjoy your UI system. I hope it helps you to work efficient to convert your older project to Unity 4.6 or even the great Unity 5. And yeah, good luck with it. See you.